Awesome. We are now live on Facebook and we're recording. Beautiful. All right, you guys. My name is Eric Johnson. I am the CEO and founder, creator of Teamzy. I'm super excited to be with you guys here today. Hold on a second. Let me get rid of my own face so I don't distract myself. Tonight, I am going to take you guys through the paces of Teamzy. You're going to have so much fun. I am going to show you how this thing works. I'll help you set it up, super easy to do. I'll take you through the whole process, how to connect with people. I'll show you how with Teamzy on your side, how you can connect with easily with 20 people every single day in less than 30 minutes. I'll show you how to connect with them, how to start conversations with them. I'll teach you how to take those conversations and move them towards a conversation about the business where you can invite them to learn more or to a business opportunity. Then I'll show you how to follow up like a pro and do it all in Teamzy. Okay, you're going to be so efficient and leveraged. You're going to be unbelievably amazed at how easy this business is to work, how easy it is to connect and stay on top of all the details with a system like this. Plus, it'll be a little bit of fun too. Also, your customers and your team will be so impressed with your consistency because that's really what we're after, helping you guys develop. So without further ado, let's just jump in. Hold on one second. Let me just move this guy out of here. Okay. So our topic tonight is get started right with Teamzy, become a power hour boss. Okay, I'm going to take you guys just through a little bit of information about Teamzy before we get started. A little background on my own story. I'm a business consultant. I've been helping people build their business for the past 15 years. My own story was I had helped people specifically in the real estate industry, pretty much is where I specialized. And I started doing network marketing on the side, kind of as my side hustle. Anybody relate to that? Yeah, and I had started as a Beachbody coach. My story was I found products that I loved. I lost a bunch of weight. People started asking me about it. And I just kind of became a walking, talking billboard for this company. And so I started working on the side, just kind of a passion project. One of the things that I realized early on was that if I wanted to be successful in this business, I knew what I needed to do. As a business coach, I knew exactly what I needed to do. I needed to be in constant contact with my database, with my list of relationships. I need to be connecting with them consistently and following up with them consistently. And so I started looking around for something that would help me leverage my time, something that would help me be super efficient and effective at my business, because I only had an hour a day. And can you guys relate? I mean, I had a full-time job. I've got a bunch of kids, stuff going on. I had an hour a day to kind of build this thing. And so I started looking for the tools that surely must exist. And we just really didn't find anything. I mean, we didn't find anything that was based on relationships, which is the heart and soul of Teamzy. Our philosophy is about people and relationships. They come before the sale. They come before the recruits. And everything that we found was the opposite. It was all about making the sale, less about people. It was about what's in it for me instead of what's in it for them. Make sense? So I needed a system that would allow me to do all of these things. I'll break them out for you. I needed to be able to do these things in an hour a day. That's all that I had. Okay. I needed a way to stay in touch with all my contacts. I needed to know when to contact them and when not to. In other words, I don't want to spend all day long thinking about who should be on my list for today. Anyone relate to that? I mean, some of you are doing power hours now, but maybe you spend an hour or two planning that power hour. I needed a system where the planning was taken over for me. Also, I wanted to know what to say to them. I'm the type of person that will spend all day trying to think of the perfect message for each person. And that's the kind of thing that keeps your business from moving forward, because you get into analysis paralysis. You need to just be able to connect. Okay. Also, I wanted a way to follow up seamlessly so that nobody ever falls through the cracks. And I know you guys have experienced this. You've talked to somebody, they've been interested, right? And as you're following up, they may say something like, I'm not ready yet. Great, no problem. I'll connect with you at another time. And then what happens? You see on Facebook or Instagram that they just signed up on someone else's team. They fell through the cracks. It's not their fault, it's yours. I mean, you planted the seed and watered it, put sunshine on it, but somebody else was there when they were ready for harvest. You weren't there. You didn't have the system to stay on top of that, okay? So I needed that system. And there was one more thing that I needed. One more essential ingredient to a system like this that would help me build my business an hour a day. It needed to be really easy to use. People think of me, sorry if I'm blurring out a little bit there. People think of me as the Teamzy guy, like I'm some sort of tech wizard. The truth is, guys, is that I'm very challenged when it comes to technology. I struggle with it. It has to be really easy for me to use. If you guys were to see the original notebook of Teamzy, you would see how tech challenged I am. They were literally like just little scribbles on the page. Luckily, I have brilliant and amazing people on the Teamzy team that do know all that stuff. So we couldn't find it. I mean, you know where the story's going. We couldn't find a system like that. It just didn't exist out there. So we built it. We built it, and that's what you're going to be looking at today. Just to give you some stats on Teamzy, we're almost to our 2-year birthday, about 3.5 weeks to our 2-year birthday. We've got had more than 45,000 network marketers through Teamzy. We started out with Beachbody, which I mentioned, which is where I was working at the time. Now we've got 35 markets represented. You guys on this audience are from all different networks, which is amazing. And then we have even more than that in our Teamzy standard version, which is kind of like the fits-all size Teamzy version. So already 35 networks, amazing. 45,000 network marketers through Teamzy in 2 years. Our active users in Teamzy, just so you guys have an idea of what can happen if you do basically what I'm going to show you tonight. Our active users are averaging 21 new customers and 9 new recruits over a 90-day period. 21 new customers, 9 recruits over a 90-day period. That's the average. And that's doing a power hour each day. Now I'm going to show you guys how to do that. And the reason why I like to give 90-day numbers, how many of you guys have noticed this? That there's like a 90-day cycle in this business. You have to start creating momentum now and you don't get paid for 90 days. So I like to do things over 90 days. I think it's more realistic. But this is an amazing average. And a lot of you guys would probably be really happy with this if you could average this over time in your business. Okay, let's jump out and I'll actually show you Teamzy real quick. Where are you, Teamzy? Here you are. Okay. Here's my Teamzy dashboard. This is the Teamzy standard version, so your dashboard may look slightly different. If there's a customized version of Teamzy for your network, some of the words will be different, but the functionality will be the same. First thing we want to do is set up our Teamzy, and we built a setup wizard to make setting this up very easy for you. I'll go through it really quickly, guys. I might highlight some of my favorite parts. The setup wizard is automatically there when you log in your very first time, but if you exited it and you want to go back in, just click over on the settings wheel on the right, and go to Setup Wizard, pop it open again. Okay, so I'm gonna take you through this process real quick. First thing, if you wanna subscribe to those Facebook updates, we'll actually send you tips throughout your free trial. Every day we'll send you a little something to help you with your free trial. It's pretty cool. Okay. So what we're gonna do in the Setup Wizard is we're gonna do 3 things. We're gonna set an income goal, right? We're just gonna set an income goal. And Teamzy's gonna take all that we know about how the business works, and we're gonna tell you what you would need to do daily to hit that goal in a year. Pretty cool, right? We're going to create a powerful why. We're going to do it right in Teamzy so that's in front of you every day so that you have a reason to persist when times get hard, which they will. And then we're going to get all your contacts imported into Teamzy so they're all in one place. You can be super mega organized. And what's amazing is once we get all your contacts into Teamzy, Teamzy is then going to tell you who to contact every day. You're never going to have to think ever again. Once you set this thing up once, you just turn it on and go every day. It's so cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and set an income goal. There's just a blank box here. You just put a number in it, okay? It's not that difficult. I want you guys to put in, whatever your income goal is. I put in $150,000. This is the income goal you'd like to be at 12 months from now, okay? It takes a little time to build this momentum. Now, can you get to 6 figures in a year? Absolutely you can, and we've had people do it. I mean, I'm talking about brand new people, for sure. It just takes daily activity. It takes an hour a day. That's it. If you did it an hour a day, it'd be amazing. How many of you think that you could be in tip-top physical shape 12 months from now if you did it an hour a day? That's all I'm talking about here, guys. Okay, let's go to the next page. So now my goal was 150,000. Now Teamzy's going to give me an estimate. It's saying that I need to complete 4,348 connects. In other words, I need to connect with 4,348 people over the next 12 months to hit this goal, okay? It's pretty aggressive. I mean, how many of you think 4,348 is a lot? Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, it's a pretty good amount. But how do you eat an elephant, you know? One bite at a time, right? One bite at a time. So the next page is going to break it down for us. We call this the breakdown page. It breaks it down between 3 groups: prospects, customers, and your team, okay? On this version, they're called distributors. They may be called coaches, consultants, advocates. Oh my gosh, there's so many different names, but this is your team. Okay, so there's 3 groups. Then we're gonna break it down yearly, monthly, weekly, and daily. So now Teamzy gives me a daily target, right? I'm going to connect with 9 prospects every day, 6 customers each day, and 4 people on my team each day. That's my daily target. If you can keep your focus small, you can grow your business big. You guys know that one, right? Maybe not. Write that one down. Teach it to your team. Keep your focus small, you grow your business big. If you can focus every day on doing the activities that are most important daily, consistently, you will get a huge business. In this case, for my goal, it's 9 connects with prospects, 6 with customers, 4 with distributors. And then I've also got 2 additional goals, which are invites, 3 a day, and ads. These are new people I'm adding to my list, 3 a day. Now, all of these things you can change. You just type over them if you want to make them bigger or smaller. This is just the suggestion from Teamzy based on your goal, okay? Now, let me just explain something really quick before we move on. The box in purple here in the center where it says daily goals, those are connects. A connect is just reaching out and starting a conversation with somebody. It's just saying, hey, it's just getting into what I like to call make someone's day mindset. Okay, our goal is to make their day and say hello and start a conversation. The goal there is not to sell, prospect, invite, tell them about the opportunity, or ask them some other weird hokey question that you've learned at a network marketing training that makes everybody feel gross. You with me? I know some of you guys relate to that. Now, an invite, this is when we're actually going to invite somebody to a business opportunity call, to an event, to learn more, to try a product, okay? So my goal here, I've got about, it looks like, what is that, 10 plus, there's 20 people I'm going to connect with, and out of those 20 conversations, I'm hoping to create 3 opportunities to invite them to learn about the business. Does that make sense? So in Teamzy, what you'll be doing is starting and having lots of conversations, because our goal is over time to deepen relationships with everybody on our list. And then in those conversations, we'll be generating a consistent stream of opportunities to invite people and follow up. Cool? All right. And then of course you got to add new people every day, because if you don't add new people to your list, it will grow stale. Next step is finding your why. Finding your why. Okay. This is one that I definitely feel, whoa, blurry. Hold on a second, guys. Let me fix this camera. I know exactly what's going on. I think I know exactly what's going on. Where's my tech support when I need them? Boom. That's better, right? You guys see me now? Okay, great. It's a problem when you upgrade your camera to something fancy. Then you got to actually know how to work it. Okay. So let's talk about my why. This is an important piece because, well, let's just be honest. 1 out of 2 people in this business quit in the first year. You guys probably heard that statistic. Those of you who've been in the business a couple of years, you've felt it, right? Because you work really hard to recruit people and they leave. They come in and out. It's like a revolving door. 1 out of 2 people will leave in the first year. People quit. We all quit all the time. Every one of us. We're all quitters. But sometimes we don't. Sometimes we stick to something and we become successful. Sometimes we stick to something in such a wonderful way, we become wildly successful. And that's what you guys want, right? Here's the thing. The only reason we do that sometimes, the only reason sometimes we don't quit is because we have a reason not to. See, willpower is like a myth. Like, nobody has willpower. The only time you can do anything is if you have a reason. We call it why power. Why power is true. Willpower is myth. If you're in this business to earn a couple extra bucks, if you're in this business to try it out, see how it goes, or you're in this business because somebody else is successful and you think that would kind of be cool, you'll probably quit. If you have a deep reason, like if you can connect to what it is that drew you to this business, I mean, the why is there. That's why we talk about uncovering your why, right? Or finding your why. It's already there. Figuring out what it is that really drives you and motivates you. Something that will help you do 20 or 30 minutes of work on the days you don't feel like it. That's what you need to be successful in this business. I know I'm not the first person to tell you this, right? You've heard this before, probably from your upline, sideline sisters, whatever, other trainers. But maybe you just didn't know how to do it. And it's not that complicated, but you just need a kind of a process. So we put it right into Teamzy setup so that you could follow it through and kind of get started on your why. Have it in front of you on your dashboard each day to remind you why you need to kick yourself in the booty every once in a while and get your work done. Make sense? So I'm going to take you through 5 questions that we built into Teamzy just to get you thinking about your why. But I always like to ask this question ahead of time. Just think about a couple of things here to connect to what it is that deeply motivates you. Do you believe in anything so strongly that you would never compromise it? Do you have any of those beliefs? Are there people or things that you would put yourself in harm's way to defend or protect? Do you have things like that in your life? Are there people that you would actually literally give your life for? Now, those are important pieces of your why. Usually they're the things that drive us the most. But one question I have to ask before we go into this process of figuring out our whys together. If there's somebody, if you answered yes, there is somebody that you would give your life to defend or protect, what are you willing to do to live for them? Are you willing to do what it takes to really, truly live for them? Because giving your life to defend them is a lot easier probably sometimes than truly living for them. Are you with me? Okay, so let's go through this process. Let me jump back into Teamzy really quick. Where are you, Teamzy? There you go. All right, so there's 5 questions. First question, I put some like short notes in here of my story. I'm going to tell you my story as an example as we go through it. Why'd you become a distributor? Why'd you join this business? Why'd you start in the first place? And in my case, I loved the products, man. I had got great results. I was feeling good, looking good. I loved the products and I couldn't stop telling other people about them naturally. I might as well get paid for it, right? Next question. What did you hope to accomplish? What did you hope to accomplish? I just wanted to make some extra money. Now, you guys could probably relate to this. I had a job. I had a pretty decent job. Things were going pretty well. We were comfortable. And, but I was telling everybody about these products anyways. And I just felt like, man, I should make some extra money. My original goal was to make $500 a month extra money. Pretty cool, right? Next question. Why is that important to you? And I remember when I was asked this question, why is it important for you to make that $500? That number was a specific number it wasn't just random. The truth is that, my family had gone through a pretty rough patch, the big recession that we had there at the end, the end of the last decade. I know a lot of you guys probably went through that too. See, my business was coaching and training real estate people. And when the real estate industry literally disappeared at the end of 2008, so did a lot of my business. And we hung on for a little while. Eventually I was laid off from my job. I had to find another job in a different industry, getting paid less. I know you guys, I'm not complaining. It's just the state of affairs. And I know a lot of you guys went through it. I was blessed to find work. But we had pretty good savings at that point. And up to that point, we had saved just automatically every month. We saved $500, just went into the bank. Well, now we're suddenly using that savings and we're holding on. By God's good grace, we made it through that period intact. We didn't go into debt. We didn't lose our home. But we did use all of our savings and we barely made it. I mean, we actually didn't put any money back into that savings account for almost 7 years, not a penny. It was just, paycheck to paycheck, like most Americans, right? It's just not something we were used to doing. So I wanted to make $500 a month extra because my thought was, man, I could start saving again. I could start putting that money away again, right? Pretty cool. Next, what would achieving this mean for you and your family? And as soon as I was asked this question, I thought, man, maybe we could buy a new house. I mean, if I saved enough, we could buy a new house, right? We had we were real close at this moment to paying off both of our cars. So I was calculating like, okay, well, if I was saving $500 a month, plus I had both of those car payments, we could definitely get a bigger mortgage, right? And I was thinking this would be great to buy a new house. So guys, just this process, these first 4 questions, I went from, okay, I guess I'll sign up to make an extra buck to, wow, we could be moving into a new house. This opportunity could get us there. I was already getting more excited about the business. Now I get to this last question, the 5th one. And this, by the way, this is so easy to duplicate with your team. That's why I'm showing it to you. I want you to do it, but I want you to do it with your team so that they don't quit. Got me? So next question, why is that meaningful? How does it make you feel? Why is it meaningful? And as I really thought about this, guys, and the reason why we ask this question, like, why is that meaningful, is because a lot of times, well, almost every time, your why is there. You've just never thought about it. It's there. It's in the back of your head, subconscious. You've never thought about it. And in this case, I couldn't answer why buying a new home was meaningful. I just felt like it was. And as I really thought about it, I realized it wasn't that buying a home was a meaningful thing. It was that it was symbolic of something else that was meaningful. The home symbolized the family that I wanted to have. See, I had a great family, loving wife. At the time, I had 3 kids. Now we have 4. But I never got to spend any time with them. I was constantly working. I would get up in the morning. They would be in their pajamas when I left for work, right? Kiss them goodbye, go to work, come home. They're already in the bath, getting ready for bed, had dinner already when I got home from work. This was my relationship with my kids. I was missing their childhood. And I was working, the top of my career, but I wasn't able to put anything in the savings account. We were just kind of stuck. Anyone ever feel like that? I just felt like we were stuck, like just on the treadmill, couldn't get ahead. Suddenly I realized, man, this network marketing opportunity is a way for me to not only make $500 a month extra, but I could actually create the life that I want to have with my family. I could actually change everything with this. Do you see where I'm going with this? And so then suddenly, wow, I take this little 5 minutes, 10 minutes of thinking, these couple questions that got the juices flowing, and I create my first why statement. And actually, I have it here as a sample. It's on your page too as the sample. This is the word for word why statement that I wrote that very first time I did it. And it was this: to create a life where I never have to worry about money again. I enjoy quality time with my family, and I'm present for my children on a daily basis. I'm healthy and full of energy. This was my why. Now, this became so powerful for me. By the way, when you write this in the very last box here on your why page and hit continue, it will save that why to your dashboard. So you see it every day when you work in Teamzy. It becomes very powerful. You need to go read that why when on those days, which is like every day, let's be honest. Let's be honest, like every day is this day. I don't feel like doing it today. I don't feel like connecting with people. You guys ever feel that way? You need to go read that why and remember what you're working for. If I'm working for $500 a month, I don't really care if I'm connecting with people today. If I'm working to be with my kids, not miss their childhood, do you think I can get off my lazy butt and do 30 minutes of work right now? Especially when that work involves connecting with people, making their day. But there are going to be times you don't feel like it. And I used to talk about, things will happen in life that are hard. There's going to be deaths. There's going to be sickness. There's going to be relationships that implode. There's going to be financial woes. There's going to be political instability, whatever. Tornadoes, hurricanes this year. But I honestly think that just that little feeling like I don't feel like doing it today is the worst one of all. That's the one that'll take you off the rails. If you've ever heard yourself saying, thinking about putting my business on the back burner for a minute, I want you guys to know that those words mean I quit. And you need to go connect with your why and figure it out. Because here's the one thing I will tell you. If you were like me and stuck, staying there is not going to change a thing in your life. Make sense? So you got to do this, you guys. And I know you're like, why is he talking so long about this? My why part, because it's so critical to your success. We didn't build Teamzy just so that you could buy our software. We want you to be successful. We want you to change the world of relationships around you. In your world, as the center of all the relationships around you, we want you to be the light and completely change it. We got to make you successful to do that. Okay, what's the next step? The last step to the setup wizard is getting your contacts into Teamzy. And there's some videos here that will help you, but I want to show you a couple of other cool things too. There's a couple of videos here which will help you do things like get your contacts in from Facebook, from your back office, things like that. You want to get all your contacts in one place in Teamzy. So my favorite thing is that you can get your Facebook friends list in here. So cool. Without going on to I could go into a major training on Facebook Messenger, but if you guys aren't already using that, it is the most effective communication tool there is right now. The response rate across the entire network is above 99%. Okay, the response rate for email is less than 5% to people just so it's like, I don't even know the math. That's a lot better. Okay, but one thing I want to show you after you get everybody in here, I'm going to skip this. I do want to show you this. You've got this help center over here, which I'll open that real quick. And on the help center, there's just lots of videos that will help you do things like this. If you get stuck on any of this stuff on import, it's all here, okay? FAQs and videos and things like that. Okay, let's get back to Teamzy. So there's one more step to set up that I forgot to mention. Let me go to the team page. That's where your whole list is. So when you get all your contacts in, they'll all be in here on the team page. The last step for setup is we're going to rank our contacts. And I'm going to put it in rank mode. It'll be like this when you do it'll automatically be here when you do an import. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to give everybody a ranking, a 5-star system, just like you would rank Netflix or Amazon, right? You guys do this all the time. 5's awesome, 1 not so awesome. And the reason that we do this is we go down our list and we can just rank people by just clicking on them, right? And just do it from your gut. I mean, the thing is that we have to prioritize our relationships if you want to prioritize time, right? You have to prioritize relationships if you want to prioritize time. Why? Because in relationship marketing, which is what Teamzy is built on, you spend more time with the best people. You spend more time with the best people. And if you don't prioritize them ahead of time, you'll end up, the turkeys will steal that time. Is that true? Yeah, I'm using turkeys because it's Turkey Week here in the States. Those of you guys from the States, we're still in our turkey hangover. Turkeys will steal your time if you don't prioritize first. So the higher star rating somebody has, the more often you're going to connect with them. The lower star rating, the less often. The cool thing about Teamzy is you'll stay in touch with all of them, just some more often than others. Pretty cool, right? So you're just going to bang down this and do it from the heart. Now, here is what they mean. Okay? A 5-star is somebody most likely to become a customer or a distributor, right? Or they're an existing customer or distributor that's a rock star. They're going to show up on your up next list to connect with, just to have a conversation with them every 30 days. 5 stars, 30 days. 4-star people are likely to become a customer or distributor with a little bit of nurturing, okay? And they're going to show up on your list every 60 days. 3 stars, everyone's a 3-star to start because they could go either way. You don't know yet. Okay, and a 3-star is going to show up on your list every 90 days. So every 90 days, you're going to stay in touch with these people 4 times a year. You're just going to keep working that relationship 4 times a year. You're going to be in touch with them. 2 stars, getting a little colder. They're at 120 days. And then 1-star people, they're in Teamzy. You can look them up, but they're not going to show up on your Connect with Them Today list. Okay, so that's how the star rating works. You can change these at any time. You can change them from their contact record. And also, as you're connecting with people on the dashboard, you can change their rank. It's really easy to do. So you can promote or demote people as you go. Okay, now we've got everything set up. Now let me show you the dashboard, and we are going to crush a power hour together. You with me? Okay, a couple things here. If you're brand new, you can look somebody up right here by name, email, or phone. Okay, so if they're not on your list for today, but you want to connect or log that you had a conversation, you look them up. You want to add somebody new, you just click right here, you put them on your list. Okay. Also, this is mobile optimized. So if you're accessing this from your mobile phone, you'll be able to do all this stuff. At the end during Q&A, I'll show it to you. Okay. Dailies, these are just things that you have to do every day to be successful. It's just to remind you. You need to be posting on social media every day, working on your personal development every day. Make sure you're a product of your product every day. You got to take care of your health and your body if you want to be successful in this business. Okay, so these are things you need to be doing every day to be successful. And you can Google that and find out why, but there's a million pieces of research on each one of those things being crucial to your success. Now, who's up next? This is the magic. Right here in the center of the screen is the magic. This is the thing that makes Teamzy so special. We're going to connect with 4 groups today during our power hour, which is really going to be like a half an hour. Okay, we're going to connect with prospects, customers, distributors. Again, this may be called something else on your version. And then we're going to do our follow-ups. Okay, and we're going to do this in order. So prospects, I've got a goal of 10. So I'm going to start working this list. Now, what I recommend you do is just work down the list. Don't second guess it. Don't skip. Don't go, well, I don't really know who Sue is, so I'm going to skip her. Look, if she's on my list, I'm going to connect with her. Now, most of my people are going to be on Facebook, so I'm going to open Facebook up. Okay, so we're going to open up Facebook. So I'll have Facebook open in a separate page. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is, as I connect with Sue, I'm going to connect with her on Facebook. Now, if I don't have somebody on Facebook, then I'll connect with them in another manner. Text or email or phone, whatever, but I'm going to try to get everybody on Facebook because that is where I get the best response. So Sue is the next person on my list. If I'm not sure what I want to say to Sue, I'm going to go over here to the right to scripts. Check this out. Let me get some script ideas for Facebook messages. Okay, here's one. Hi, Jane, just stopping by to say hello. How are you? I hope your day is awesome. This, by the way, is my favorite script because I've personally used it about 10,000 times and it works great. The response rate is huge on it, okay? This is for somebody that I know. Now, if it's somebody that maybe is a Facebook friend and I have no idea who she is, but we're friends somehow, then I'll use this one. Hi, Jane, I saw you across my Facebook feed. I thought I'd say hello. How are you? Hope your day is awesome. And somebody said to me the other day that they feel awkward messaging somebody they've never met in the real world that they're friends on Facebook with. And my thought is, you guys are Facebook friends. It shouldn't be awkward, but even if there's somebody you've never actually met, who cares? Just send them the message, right? Okay, so I copied this. I clicked copy script. I copied that to my clipboard. Now, I can't send a Facebook message through Teamzy because Facebook doesn't let anyone else play in their sandbox, but I've got it open right here. So I'll just look up Sue and I'm going to send her the message, okay? So I'm just going to send that message. I'm going to paste it in there. Change the name to Sue. Okay. Now, one thing that you may want to do, I do this just because I don't like to have to retype it, is I just copy it so I can paste it in Teamzy and not have to write a note. So I sent that message to Sue. I'm going to jump back over to Teamzy and I'm just going to log that I sent it to her. Okay. There's the message. It was a Facebook message and I'm going to hit log connect. Now watch what happens when I click log connect. It's now logged and tracked. I've got 1 done, 9 to go. Next person on my list is Jay. Now what I'm going to do with Jay, look, let me look her up. You can see even with the lookup and the paste, it literally takes seconds to do this. And you can easily do, I could do these 20 connects that we're going to do easily in 30 minutes. If I wasn't talking to you guys, just bam, 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 bam. So there's Jay. I'm going to send her the same message. Watch this. Don't worry, these girls both work for Teamzy, so they don't mind that I'm sending them this message right now. And I send it to them all the time. All right, so there's the idea. Let's send this, boom. Now I'm going to pop back over here and log it. Now watch what happens here. Again, select my type, Facebook message, log that connect. Now I've got 2. So now I'm going to go to Tessa, same thing, bam, 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 bam. I probably use the same message. You know, typically I would use the same message for all my connects so that I could be fast and efficient. And remember, I don't have a lot of time and you probably don't either. And these scripts were great scripts. They're friendly. People like them. And my goal is just to say, hey, get them to smile, think about me with a smile, maybe respond, and then we can have a conversation. If they don't respond, it's no big deal because you know what? I know they're looking at it. I know that they're going to my Facebook page and they're going to come back on my list in a couple months and I'll connect with them again. Sometimes it takes a few before they respond. That's okay. Okay, so I'm going to keep going down my prospects list till I get to 10. This blue circle will be all the way filled in. Then I'm going to go over to my customers and start connecting with my customers. Now what's cool now is when I go to scripts on customers, Teamzy gives me customer scripts, right? Which is great. So I can copy one of these and send it. I want to connect with my customers. Guys, so many people I talk to, especially the people who have gotten very successful in this business, they start neglecting their customer list. They feel like it's overwhelming. They're not able to stay in touch. They're not able to, they just don't have a system like this and they get overwhelmed. The thing is this, you got to be in touch with your customers. From an integrity standpoint, your service comes from connection. You need to be in contact with them, to service them, to be there to answer questions for them, right? But from a business perspective, if you're in touch with people, they will order more and they will stay longer. Your retention will go up and your volume will go up. Okay, just by being in contact with them. Just by being in contact, because you'll have conversations and they'll ask you about things and you'll be able to talk about new products, whatever. But even more importantly, the most important reason to be in touch with your customers is this. If they're using your products and they love your products, they are talking to people about your products. And they are doing it. Every human being on the planet who likes something is talking to other human beings about it. Okay? So you need to be in touch with them so that you can get introduced to the people they're talking to. It's a no-brainer. There is no better source of a new lead in your business than a current customer, period. And the customers who are talking the most are the best prospects you have to join your team. They don't know it yet. You got to be in touch with them. You got to uncover that. Make sense? So prospects, boom, 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 10 times. Now we're going to connect. Our goal was 6 customers. We're going to go down 6 customers and just connect. Hey, how's your day going? Is there anything I can do to make your day today? Hey, I just saw you come across my Facebook feed. I was thinking about you. How are you? How are you enjoying the products? Send me an update. Don't overthink it. Just send the message, okay? Then we're going to go 6 customers, bam, 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 bam. When that circle's red, I'm going to go to my team. I'm going to start connecting with my team. Hey, I just wanted to tell you, I'm really proud of you. You're doing great. I haven't seen you on our team calls for a couple of weeks. Is there anything I can do to help? Whatever message you want to send, stay in touch with your team. Build those relationships, guys. Build those relationships. People will, by the way, stay in the business longer based on the support of their upline. So you've got to be in touch with those people. We call this Teamzy for a reason. It's about building that team, about building that family. Okay? And those of you guys who have built huge businesses, I really hope that you'll listen to me right now. Those of you guys who have huge businesses, you're probably multitasking right now. Just listen to me for a second. You need to reconnect with all your personally sponsored, personally enrolled people. You need to start reconnecting with them one-on-one. They need a one-on-one relationship with you. I don't care if you, I mean, we just did a team call with somebody who is 2 years in the business, has personally sponsored 1,200 people. That's amazing, right? And she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited about Teamzy because now I can reconnect with those 1,200 people. I have a way to do it. Guys, you need to be in touch with them. If you're starting out and you've got 3 people, great. Start building those relationships and just plan. You've got a system now that's going to let you scale. When you have a huge team, you'll be able to stay in touch. So now we've got our prospects, our customers, our distributors. It was 20 people. We've now sent 20 messages and it took us 25 minutes, right? You guys with me? Pretty cool. Now what happens is those people will start responding and you'll be having conversations. Throughout the day, you'll be having conversations. When you're new, you're going to want to have those conversations all day long. When you get your business going, you're going to want to set times in the day when you have those conversations, when you can respond. You're going to block out a couple hours where you're just communicating with people. Okay, and then the rest of the day, you keep your focus elsewhere. But what happens, how do I get people on my follow-ups list? See, because I've just been connecting with people, just making their day, having conversations. So how do I get them on my follow-ups? Let me give you guys an example. So we sent Jay a message earlier and we said, hey, Jay, how are you? You know, saw you come across my Facebook feed. So now Jay responds and is like, oh my gosh, Eric, it's great to hear from you. How are you? And we start having conversation, right? We start chit-chatting back and forth. And people always go, well, how do you then talk about the business? I mean, when they ask me, how am I? That's what I talk about my business, right? I'm going to ask a bunch of questions. My goal is to find a way to help Jay. So I want to connect and find a way to help her. That's my goal. I'm going to ask her all kinds of questions. I'm going to be looking for ways to help her. Now, can I help her with my business? Hopefully. Or if not, I'm just going to look for a way to help her. What does she need? Okay. If you keep your heart there, if you keep your heart in the place of service, how can I help people? You will have plenty of opportunities for sales. Okay? It's got to be about them. Everything has to be about them first. The person, the relationship comes first. You may have a relationship who never buys a thing from you, but refers the next superstar person to you. Okay? So the relationship comes first. So I'm going to be talking to her, whatever, and she's going to say, well, how are you, Eric? And I'm going to say, oh my gosh, I'm amazing. My life is so awesome. I can't even believe it. You know, it's been 2 years since I left my job. I love being home with my kids. You left your job 2 years ago? What are you doing? What am I doing? Right? This is where I share my business. I may say something like, oh, I feel amazing. You know, I lost 60 pounds since the last time I saw you. Really? How'd you do that? Talk about my business. You with me? This is how you do it. You just tell stories. You just tell stories. You catch up. You know, I'm just trying to get back in the groove. I just went to on a cruise, a Caribbean cruise with my wife. You did? Yeah, it was pretty cool. Best part about it was free. It was free. Why was it free? Talk about my business. Do you guys see what I'm saying? So that's how you work it in. Okay? Talk about it. So now I'm talking to Jay and she's like, oh my gosh, I need to learn more about this. This sounds amazing. Well, Jay, it's great. I'm glad you said that because I would love to tell you more about it. In fact, I have a business opportunity call tonight. It's an online event. Why don't I send you the link and you can join it and you know, learn more about it? She said, oh, that would be great. Great. So this is where I'm going to now send an invite to Jay. See, before we were just having a conversation. Now I'm going to send her an invite. So let me show you how to do it in Teamzy. I'm going to look her up because she's not on my dashboard anymore, right? So I'm going to look her up so that it brings me to her contact record. Click on connect. And then I'm going to say that I'm sending her a business op invite. Okay. So now I'm going to send it via email. I'm going to send you the link via email, Jay. Now see this little invite box? I'm going to check it because this is not a connect to say, hey, this is an invite connect. I'm going to invite her to learn more about my business. What type of invite? It's an opportunity call. Okay. So now I'm going to log this. Now Teamzy will know that I logged an invite for her. But before I do it, I need to set a follow-up. Now, as I'm talking to Jay, I'm going to tell her, look, I'm going to send you the link. You jump on the call tonight. I'll check in with you tomorrow and see what questions you might have. She says, that sounds perfect. So I need to set that follow-up for tomorrow. Are you with me? This is very important because when I set the follow-up and log it, now she's moved off my prospects list and over to my follow-ups list. See, I've got a follow-up set. So Jay is not going to show up on this list at all as long as she's on my follow-ups list. So each day I'm going to come back down this list. After I've connected with my prospects, my customers, and my distributors, I'm going to go through my follow-ups and send follow-up messages. Okay. Now what's really cool about this is tomorrow when I come to Jay and I come to do her follow-up, what's amazing is we've got follow-up scripts in here, which are great. Okay. So here's my first one. Just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Now this is crucial because you guys have heard people say that the fortune's in the follow-up, right? And you may have even heard this stat, that 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and the 10th follow-up. Have you guys heard that before? 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. How many of you guys follow up 10 times? Anyone? Now, I've done a million of these presentations and team calls, and very few people put their hand up and say, I follow up 10 times. And there's two reasons, I believe. If there's more than two, you guys can put it in the chat for me or in the Q&A. But I believe that people don't do it for two reasons. One, they don't have a system, so there's just no way they could stay on top of somebody that long. They just don't have a good system. They're writing down on paper using a spreadsheet, for crying out loud. It's like driving a horse and buggy in today's world. No offense, but I know I didn't offend any Amish people because they're not on the internet, right? But they don't have the system to stay in touch with them. But the most important one, or probably the one people feel the most passionately, is they feel like they're being annoying. Anyone feel like if you followed up 10 times, you'd be annoying? Yeah. Okay. First of all, I want you guys to shift your mindset. I'm going to teach you right now. Don't worry. In a second, I'll teach you how to never be annoying when you follow up. That's cool, right? I'll teach you how to never be annoying when you follow up. People will thank you passionately for following up. They're going to think you're so amazing for following up with them if you do it this way. But the other thing I want you to know is this. If you truly believe in your product and your opportunity, if you truly believe that your product and opportunity will change someone's life for the better, do you? Okay, let's assume you do. And you know, you've already accepted that 80% of the sales will happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. Then, my dad was a math teacher. Sorry, this is how we're going to do it. It's like math. It then follows that if you want to change somebody's life, you have to follow up 7 to 10 times, period. If you want to change someone's life, you got to follow up 7 to 10 times. That's it. So following up then becomes an act of love. Following up is an act of love. Following up is an act of love. Write it down, put it on a sticky note, put it on your computer, remind yourself. This is how you love somebody. You know, love isn't something you feel, it's something you do. And one way you do it in this business is by following up with people, right? So following up is an act of love. Now, I promised you I'd teach you how to do it without being annoying. There's 2 principles to following up without being annoying. If you don't remember them, it's fine because when you use the Teamzy follow-up messages, they're already built this way. The first way to never be annoying when you follow up with somebody is don't ask them to do anything in the follow-up. Don't ask them to call you back. Don't ask them to message you. Don't ask them to complete their purchase. Don't ask them to do anything in the message. Just let them know that you're connecting with them to follow up. That's it. Okay? Because it's annoying when you have to, when they expect something back from you. Okay? Right? If I called every one of you right now, left you this voicemail, hey, it's Eric, can you call me back, please? You'd all be irritated. Wouldn't you? Okay. So don't ask them to do anything. The second principle is this. Your follow-up message needs to be sent. It needs to be sent like as a Facebook message is the best. Text message is second best. Facebook message or text message. Maybe Instagram or something if that's where you're connecting with them. But it needs to be in a message format typed out that is short enough that they can read that sucker on their lock screen of their phone without opening the message. They need to be able to read it without opening the message because they don't want you to know they've seen it yet because they are not going to respond yet. You guys do it all the time. Just make it easy on them. They're not going to respond. And those of you guys who follow up 2 or 3 times and get irritated that people don't respond, I'm here to tell you the human mind works this way. Most people won't, most people, even people who have high respect and admiration for you and are excited about the product and or opportunity, will not respond to the first 5 follow-ups. They won't. It's the way the subconscious mind is in control of us. See, when I'm talking to Jay and she's excited about the opportunity, she's like, oh my gosh, this is great. But the back of her mind, her subconscious mind, which is designed to keep her safe, is telling her, no, we're not doing that, Jay. That's different. That's scary. That's risky. You've got a job. Don't mess with it. It ain't broke. Don't fix it. Let's stay right where we are. I know you're not going to grow here, but at least it's safe. And so every time she's thinking about doing this, her mind's going, no, you can't do this. Now, the way it works is it doesn't happen consciously. So they get the little message from you and they're like, oh yeah. And then their mind goes, you can't respond right now because the baby just threw up on the dog. You're right. That is a good reason why I can't right now. And they go take care of that. The next day, there's something else. The next day, there's something else. But here's what I want you guys to know. When you're working your lists in Teamzy each day, okay? Prospects, customers, distributors. When you're working your follow-ups, when I come back to Jay the next day and I grab the next follow-up number 2, okay? Just making sure you got my email, check and see if you have any questions. I send it. Maybe I come back in 2 days and I go to follow-up number 3. Each time I'm sending these follow-ups to Jay, okay, she is seeing them and smiling. They're not annoying because I'm following the rules. I'm not being annoying. And she's having a positive emotion associated with me for a second before her subconscious mind takes over. This is why, guys, by the way, people buy between 7 and 8, because each time she does it, her subconscious is getting more comfortable with the conscious opportunity. Like, oh yeah, this is great. Oh yeah, this is great. Oh yeah, this is great. About 7 times in, her subconscious is like, go ahead and do it. It's not that scary anymore. This is why you can't quit, you guys. This is why you have to love people through this process. You have to understand that they want to stay safe. Even though they say they want the opportunity, you have to help them through that. And the way you do it is by following up like a pro. Now, Teamzy makes it so easy because every time I connect with her, I set my next follow-up. Just set the next follow-up. Keep her on the list. If you don't set the next follow-up, she's going to fall off your list. You want to keep her on that follow-up list until she converts. Now, when I followed up with her a bunch of times and she converts, and I go in and I see that she has signed up, bought her starter kit and everything, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish her off in Teamzy. I'm going to log that happened. So see where it says sale? I'm going to click that. I'm going to click that she got her kit, right? And now I'm going to move her from prospect over to distributor. So whatever your team is, you click on that and then personally sponsored. So now I've taken her all the way through the process from prospect to joining my team, and I've moved her. So I'll continue to connect with Jay. Now she's going to be on my distributors list. Okay. So I'll continue to build that relationship with her. And that's how you do it. That's how you get it set up. That's how you go in and connect with people, start conversations, have those conversations, ask great questions, and then invite the people when they're interested, and then follow up on those invitations like a pro. You will have so much fun. You're never going to leave anybody behind you. You're not going to be throwing people away when they say no, the whole go for no idea that you're throwing relationships and friends out the window because they're not interested. They're not going to be interested at first because you need to show them your care and your love and your intention and your integrity over time, your consistency, and you will be building those relationships as you go. Okay. Now, what I want you guys to do is if you have any questions, I'll answer them. Put them in the Q&A. There's a little Q&A button right there. Put the questions in and I'll start answering them. But as you guys are putting those questions in, I'm going to give you a couple of action steps before you go tonight. All right, let's see here. Here's your action steps. Go get your 30-day free trial. If you're not already in your free trial, go start your free trial. Go to teamzy.com. Get a 30-day free trial. There's a drop down where you can see if your company has a specific version. I think there's 35 versions right now. If your company's not listed, just hit Teamzy standard version. Okay, that's the version I demoed tonight to get started. Okay, if you're already in a free trial, go ahead and set up your subscription so that when the trial's over, you don't miss a beat. Okay, you can set it up today. You won't get charged at all until the 30 days free is over. But you want to make sure that you don't miss a beat. So go ahead and set up your subscription if you're in a free trial already. Second action step, get a success partner. Get a success partner to do your trial with you, okay? Just say, this is a great way if you don't have a success partner in your business, get one for 30 days. Say, hey, will you do this 30-day challenge with me? Let's hold each other accountable. What I want you to do with your success partner is share the goals that you set, your daily goals, and I want you to take a screenshot of your Teamzy dashboard when you're done for the day and message it to your success partner every day in the 30 days. Guys, if you do this, you will blow your business up in a good way. In a good way. The first month that I did this with my success partner in like Teamzy 1.0 way back when, I added 26 new customers to my business that month. Do this. Get a success partner. It will push you. You will do twice as much work if somebody else is pushing you. And then accept a 5-day challenge. I'm going to give you a 5-day challenge, something that you can handle without getting overwhelmed. But in 5 days, those are 5 days in a row, okay? You can't skip. I want you to connect with 100 people over 5 days, which is an average of 20 a day, which is what I demoed to you tonight. I just want you to understand and feel tangibly what that momentum in your business is like. If you connect with 100 people over 5 days, it will change everything for you. It will change everything for you. You will understand how awesome it is to be in contact and having conversations with people and talking about your business, helping people, creating energy in your business. You will be so fired up. So those are your action steps. Get your 30-day free trial. If you're in your 30-day free trial, get set up on your subscription, get a success partner to do your trial with you, and then get a 5-day challenge going, okay? Do the 5-day challenge soon. So maybe you'll do it a few times during your free month. Okay. All right, let me see. We got some questions in the Q&A. We've got a massage therapist. That's awesome. I used to coach a massage therapist in my business coaching years ago. Can I change the types of connects labels? Well, okay, so the types of connects are going to be pretty standard for everybody, right? It's like Facebook Messenger, text message, things like that. So that's not going to change that much, but you are going to have to be a little bit creative in the Teamzy standard version to that. I think that probably you'll just ignore the distributor section completely and just focus on prospects and customers, okay? Just focus on prospects and customers. And then when you're setting up your goals, you can set that distributor goal to 0 so it doesn't skew your numbers, okay? And then whatever it is that you do to talk about your business, maybe it's just setting appointments or things like that. You can figure out what you want to do as far as invites, okay? Michelle says, can we create our own custom follow-ups or scripts that can be used? Absolutely, Michelle, totally. Let me show you how to do it. We put a few in there to help you, but we wanted you to be able to do your own and definitely share them with your downline, right? And there's a lot of different types of scripts that we didn't put in. So when you go to scripts, you just click new script and you can paste in what you want. Okay, so Michelle, just to give you an example, something that I did in my business is I had, for every one of our product programs, I had a full email that I had created with all the information about it, the links, the videos, everything was in it, right? The ordering links. And I had those emails that I had set up for each product, and I saved them all as scripts in Teamzy. So if somebody was like, oh yeah, I'm interested in this, I'd go send his email, I'd pull that script up, I'd change the name, bam, and it was out. They were like, wow, that was amazing. How did you put that together in 3 seconds? I'm like, it's all right here, baby. My whole life is in my phone and I can do it anywhere. And that's where you guys want to be too. And then it's also logged in your CRM, so you don't have to go back and track. Laura says, wait, let me put that I answered these first ones. Okay. Ashunta, am I saying that right? What a cool name. I'm in the romance industry. And when I signed up, my team wasn't listed. How do I go about getting my company listed and sharing with others within my company? That's an awesome question. Okay, so right now you're using the Teamzy standard, which will work, right? And I don't know what you call distributors on your team, if you have a name for them, advisors or whatever. But what you're gonna need to do is we have a survey link that we can send you. Send an email to support@teamzy.com, and tell them that you want to do the survey, which will give us all the information for your network, okay? And we'll take a look at it and we'll see if we can get one customized. But you can definitely get your team into the Teamzy standard version now And then if down the road we create one for your company, we can switch them over. Like it's literally like a switch. We can just flip and switch them over to it. Okay, Laura says, I imported my Facebook friends, later found out about the advanced tag option to tag them as Facebook imports. Can I correct this without manually going through each one and tagging them individually as a Facebook contact? Laura, the good news is you can import that Facebook list again and add the tag to it. Now, everyone's already imported, so it won't import them again, but it will add the tag to the record. So if you do it again, hit advanced import and tag them, it'll all go in, which is pretty cool. If that's challenging in any way, just send a message to support@teamzy.com and we'll do it for you, because we can do it easily for you too, okay? I want you guys to know, like, you know, Teamzy is one of those things, we've made it as easy as we can, but you may still struggle technologically. We don't want you to struggle technologically. If you feel like you're struggling at all, let us help you. That's what we're here for. Okay. Okay. Ashley says, is there an app or do we log into the internet from our phone? You log into the internet from your phone. So the address is app.teamzy.com. Here, let me show you. Let me plug this sucker in. Hold on a second here, guys. I think I can share my phone. Yep. I may have to log in because I just got a new phone. I just got the new iPhone. I'm such a nerd. I'm so excited. Okay, let's give this a second and see. Is it sharing it yet? There it is. All right, there's my phone. And I've saved Teamzy to my, right there. See it right there? So that brings me to Teamzy. It's app.teamzy.com. That's the app.teamzy.com just bypasses those public web pages and brings you right into the app. Once you've saved your login, you never have to log in. So look, here I am. Here's my Teamzy, which is so cool. I can do everything right on my phone. I can add new prospects as I meet them, which is great. You meet somebody in the grocery store, add them right to your CRM, done. I can even add somebody. So like right now, we got Ashley, right? Ashley Mahone. Is it Mahone or Mahone? All right, so look, I'm gonna add you to my Teamzy. So now there you are. And then what's cool is I can also go ahead and set a follow-up for tomorrow. So now you're on my follow-ups list. How cool is that? So if I met you in the grocery store and I don't want to go home and go, what was her name? Now I've got you in Teamzy, you're good to go, and I've added you. Pretty cool, right? A lot of times I'll ask people, you know, why don't we friend each other on Facebook? And I'll say, bring up your Facebook and give me your phone, and I'll just look myself up and send a friend request to myself. Why not, right? Get them in there. But you can do everything on your phone that you can do on the desktop, which is pretty cool. Okay. All right. Michelle says, how do you handle a large number of follow-ups from an event like a bazaar? Okay, so what I would do, Michelle, with that is use a tag. So let me show you. So if I wanted to create an event called Bazaar, we'll go to my team page, right? And let's say I'm going to invite Hobie to this event. So I'm going to create a tag called, how do you spell Bazaar? It's one of those words, Bazaar. So maybe this Bazaar is called, you know, Bazaar 12/5 because that's when it is. Okay, so I'm going to create this tag, and then everybody that I invite to this event, I'm going to put that tag on them. Are you with me? So as I'm inviting them, I'm going to add this tag to their record. Oh man, sorry. Bazaar. There you go. So I'm adding this tag to people's record. Now what's going to happen is when I want to follow up, I can click on the tag over here and gives me the whole list. Okay, so this is the way I would do it. And you can see that this is actually the way I did my business is as I'm connecting with people and inviting them to this event, I'm tagging them. And then I work this list separately. So my dashboard is like I'm connecting with people, staying in touch, prospects, customers, distributors. As I'm inviting them to a bazaar, let's say, now I'm tagging them and creating that separate list. So now I'm going to go through this list separately on the day that I want to follow up and confirm. And then maybe afterwards, I'm going to go through and take out the people who didn't actually come, right? So then I'm just following up with the people who went type thing. So that's how I would leverage tags to do that. There's a full training in the Teamzy Help Center on how to leverage tags, and we go over that in a little bit more detail, okay? Danette says, in the future, are there any plans customized for massage therapists, or is it something you haven't seen therapists use? I've decided to use the distributors as monthly clients. Okay, there you go. I just have to decide how to distinguish auto-pay clients from cash pay, from P-pay, multiples. This would be great for us. Danette, the good news is we are building a Teamzy for small business version of Teamzy. It's in production now. Probably in the new year we'll launch that. So stay in touch with us. Keep an eye out. We'll switch you over when it's there, okay? But you're going to be way ahead because you'll have several months of using this to build your business in the meantime. Cool. And probably, Danette, we'll probably launch like a general business version, and then we'll start deciding which industries we're going to customize it for one at a time type thing. So keep in mind, guys, we launched Teamzy just for the Beachbody Network. Then we launched it for Rodan Fields because so many friends of Beachbody coaches were saying, when we do this, then it blew up with them. We were like, wow, it works great for everybody. And then we just started, just like you guys are from all different walks of life, we just started building it for different networks. The idea being is that when you bring your downline into this program, I don't want them to have to work too hard or try to figure it out or set it up, because they won't do it. It needs to feel good for them so that they can get right to connecting and building their business. And we know that 1 out of 2 quit in the first year. If we can get 20 or 30% of those new people excited when they're new, get them building some business right away, they have a better chance of being successful, right? Okay. And one more question. Is there any way to schedule multiple follow-ups at once? There is not, Michelle, right now, but it is in production. That will be here very soon. Do you have an affiliate program? Shannon asks. We do not have an affiliate program, but we love the fact that you guys share this with people because you love it. In fact, 75% of our users come from other users telling them about it. So we do appreciate you guys doing that. Thank you very much. Okay. Any other questions, guys? Okay. Well, it was an awesome. It was a blessing to be here with you guys tonight. Thank you for taking some time out. Welcome to my home. Welcome to our Teamzy family. We hope that you guys will really use this tool, take advantage. If you're in a free trial, take advantage of that free trial. Use it. Get some momentum going in your business. We want to see you guys raise that average, that 21 new customers and 9 new recruits in 90 days. We'd like to see that go up because of you. So thank you again for being here. Let us know if you need help. Let us know your success stories because we love hearing those. God bless you. We'll talk to you soon.